Welcome back to a brand new review, and this time for Top Gun Maverick. I cannot believe that I am saying this, but this movie was freaking amazing. As somebody that is recently just, I've always seen kind of bits and pieces of Top Gun over growing up, but I didn't watch it fully until like a few years ago where I watched that first one. And that first one is cool. It's really cheesy. It was like 80s at the time. And, clearly, this is like that, the original Top Gun is like a big, whatever to like get people into like the Air Force, military, stuff like that. But this one, I got to say, man, Tom Cruise killed it in this movie. If you guys don't know the story with this one, this is 30 years later. And Tom Cruise somehow, with the elixir of life, looks the same. Looks the same, not the same as he did at Top Gun 1, obviously, but he really just does not age, man. 30 years later, and Maverick, who's still a captain at this point, has been washed out again, and now being told he's gone back to the Top Gun Academy, the Flight Academy, where they train the best of the best, send them on missions, stuff like that. And he's been instructed by Iceman. So that's pretty much like the general story of that movie. And with this, we see that, of course, Maverick's still kind of Maverick. You know what I mean? We come into this, and he still has that hothead attitude, and he kind of he respects authority, but doesn't he still wants to do his own thing. And this one, we see Goose's son is here, who Maverick has been trying to protect and keep away from this, because he still kind of feels responsible for what happened to his dad, even though he know it wasn't his fault. He still wants to kind of keep him away from this life, and the dangers that it does present. Get a lot of good cast here. Of course, Miles Teller as Rooster, who plays his Goose son in this movie. We have my man Jay Ellis, who is from, everybody knows, Insecure, who played everybody's favorite character in that show, who you used to love, to hate, then you loved. He's got a role in this, but it's not that big as you would think, man. I'm glad to see him doing movies, because he was in the Escape Room and stuff like that. So I'm glad to see him getting more roles like this. And this is a big movie, and especially with Top Gun being on the shelf for 2 years, man, like 2 years. And they couldn't have picked a more perfect time to release this movie. It's coming out on like a Memorial Day weekend. It's going to kill, man. Especially with hopefully the COVID decline and everything like that. Everybody getting back to the movies, and like I said, that big military feel this is a good movie. And like I said, this movie does nothing but benefit from having that 20-30 year hiatus. Between those movies, because we see the advancement of the technology and everything in this movie. You couldn't tell me that Tom Cruise wasn't legitly flying that plane, and from what I hear, he was. You know what I mean? Like because that guy's insane. So Tom Cruise is like legitly flying the planes. Like it just looks good. Had the opportunity to see a screener in IMAX, and with the sound just amazing. Like it sounded like a freaking plane, a jet was taking off near my face, and then like the sound just booming, the seats rocking. And like I said, I mean, like the technology is gotten so far from obviously the 80 whatever when this came out, and just seeing Tom Cruise just get back in the groove for the role, and there's so much emotion behind this too. Like it just feels like a father-son movie to me. Like it's something like you would see with your dad, and you have that moment. And it's like a lot of emotional beats in the movie that I could say kind of had me a little choked up a little bit in the movie. But like I said, man, like it's the way they shoot this, it feels like you're inside the cockpit of a plane, like you're flying with them. And I think that's really what they wanted to go with Top Gun Maverick. And still kind of bringing in some of the cheesiness of the first one, but also having a really serious story too, which I'm really surprised about. I honestly, seen Doctor Strange and everything else, this is definitely Taking Najee's word from Big Gold Belt Media, it's definitely got to be one of my favorite movies of the year. Because like I said, it's really really good. And like I said, I mean, if you were thinking you were gonna just get like an '80s reboot movie, that's not what this is at all. This feels like its own movie. If you've never seen the original Top Gun, which of course like this benefits from having that exist. If you've never seen it, I feel like you would still love this movie. The relationships between the characters are really really good. And like I just said, man, Tom Cruise just being a crazy person, flying planes, doing this thing. And like I said, I don't want to give too much away because like the movie comes out this week, and this is not a spoiler review. Obviously, this is just review for the movie. Honestly, if I had to review it right now, this is a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10. The soundtrack was good. They gave us Danger Zone right off the break, which everybody wanted. Unfortunately, we didn't have to take your breath away 15, 20 times because that's not in the movie. But it's still really good, man. Like the soundtrack is really good. Lady Gaga did her thing. And like I said, it's a lot of good, the music and the sound and everything is really, really good in this. And like I said, I want to say it again. I'm saying anything about it. Man, I really want to see Top Gun again because the movie is that good. And like I said, if you are going to go see it, I highly recommend doing this in IMAX. There's no other format that you should be watching this. Like because the 99% of this movie I feel like was filmed in IMAX. You never see that. That's one of the things. Like you go to a movie and you go see like a 3D movie or IMAX movie, you might get like 60-40 or like whatever. But this majority of this movie is filmed in IMAX, man, and it looks so freaking beautiful. So again, if you have not seen Top Gun already, put this on your list, clear your schedule, put your mask on, do what you got to do, and go see Top Gun this weekend. Tom Cruise kills it. Everybody that's in the movie, that's in the cast, man. I'm glad they waited to put this out. It was worth the wait. And like I said, I got to go see it again. At some point, I will definitely see it again. So, like I said, if you want to see Tom Cruise, kill it in the jet, man. And like I said, you got a theater with some good speakers. Check it out this weekend. Top Gun, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. Around the Geek gives this a really good score. But on that note, I'll see you guys for our next review. Go see Top Gun.